Play the gamers, and welcome back to Play the Game. I'm Vermontius, and today I want to present to you a theory that Charlie and myself have put together. On the last Into the Dark Aether, I ended with the thought that the Mimics strike a large resemblance to an older mini-boss enemy from the Zombies series, the Margwars. And today, at last, it's time to look into why this might be. Firstly, what are the similarities between the two enemies? If we take a look at this side-by-side comparison of the two, there are some details that should immediately jump out to you. The first being the shape of the head, along with the details of its mouth and lack of eyes. Both the Mimics and the Margwars have wide mouths which make up their whole face, with long sharp teeth coming down from the top and bottom gums. The difference being that where the Margwar has 3 heads, the Mimic obviously only has the 1, as well as the Margwar having multiple rows of teeth, where the Mimic has a single row. The second resemblance is in the arms. Both creatures have 4 arms, although quite differently. The Margwar has the larger upper set and the smaller lower set, ending in tentacles with sharp claws running down either side of the tentacles, whereas the Mimics have a pair of human arms with long claws on the end of their hands, with a set of tentacles growing out of their shoulders. Once again, the differences in the similarities are more human in the Mimics. Lastly, looking at the back of the creatures, they have large spikes growing out from their bodies. Both of these spikes are more or less the same, which begs the question of why there are not differences found here, but within the arms and the head there are differences. As we know from the last episode of Into the Dark Aether, the Mimics were created by humans being exposed to the Dark Aether for too long, with the humans undergoing metamorphosis and becoming what we fight within the map. So what does this have to do with the Margwars? We've encountered Margwars in both Shadows of Evil and then again in Revelations, the latter being larger, possibly due to being adults or a different subspecies of Margwar. But we've also seen them in large numbers during the opening cutscene of Alpha Omega, fighting against the Keepers in the Great War. From this, we can take that Margwars are an incredibly common type of Apothicon, seen in the cutscene as the infantry for the Apothicon army. At the end of Tag to Toten, the Apothicons and their influence on reality were banished to the Dark Aether, and as discussed in the first episode of Into the Dark Aether, once you are stuck there, you're trapped, with no way out. But as we've seen within Cold War, entering through a portal into the Dark Aether will allow for a safe way back into our universe, as long as you can find the portal again. The people sent into these portals still have physical bodies to return to once they re-enter our world. The Apothicons, on the other hand, could be seen as ethereal beings, after being ripped from their bodies, sent into the eternal prison of souls we call the Dark Aether, and their physical forms being lost when the universe was destroyed by Nikolai's usage of the Argarthan device. That should have been it. The Apothicons trapped forever in another universe with no means of escape, and the new universe being free of the evil of Dark Aether. That would have been the case, if it were not for humans meddling with forces they should have left alone. The Apothicons have a strong knowledge of the Dark Aether, with their species originating from within it. They understand that in their current forms they cannot ever hope to escape. Trapped for eons, their forms and strength weaken, and now they finally have an opening to return to our world, with that opening being us. Exposure to Etherium, as discussed in the last videos, causes human minds and bodies to degrade, much like 115's effect on humans. So what if the Apothicons can sense this, and after enough weakening within a human has happened, they can latch onto the living soul and bond with it, slowly being able to take over the host's body as the Etherium continues to erode the human's body and mind, finally becoming what we fight in 5-Z, the Mimics. This could be why the differences found within the similarities between the two creatures are far more human in the Mimics. A Mimic is simply a human Margwar hybrid, with the body being used as a vessel to carry the Apothicon soul back into the physical realm of existence to continue spreading the evil and damaging influence of the Apothicons spread across the universe beforehand. Although, where the Apothicons may be an evil force that seeks to return, I have some thoughts on something larger that might be at play. Something truly sinister is still to make its return to the zombies landscape. A man with a deeper understanding of the Aether and its abilities than almost anyone else currently in the story. A man who time and time again has shown no matter the situation, self-preservation and power are his only motives. And who has been suspiciously missing from the story, even after we see him enter into the new universe at the end of Tag to Toten. A man who under no circumstances should ever be trusted. And his name is Eddie. That about wraps up today's Into the Dark Aether, and once again leaves you on a juicy cliffhanger leading into the next one. I apologise for the gap between this episode and the last. I promise I won't make you wait this long for the next episode. Thank you all for the patience. But before you go, Don't forget to give the video a like, check out our Twitch streams and community Discord, links for both can be found within the description below, and subscribe to Play the Game for more zombies content coming very soon. I've been Vermontius, and I hope you have a fantastic day.